So I am coming up on about 50 days now with the Google Pixel 6 Pro, and I think I'm finally ready to share my overall experience with y'all when it comes to this phone right here. And I got quite a bit to talk about. We're gonna be talking about all the good when it comes to this phone right here, and then we're also going to be addressing some issues that I have been experiencing with this phone right here. You are going to get everything in this video when it comes to my overall experience. And keep in mind, remember what I'm saying right here, this is my experience with the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Let's go ahead and get started. What's going on, everyone? Josh Quinones here. So, starting off with the overall design of this device right here. I mean, I've said it before in past videos, I really like what Google did here this year when it comes to the overall design of this device, at least when it comes to the back of the phone here. I mean, it's something new, it's something different, something that we've never seen before on a Google Pixel device, especially when it comes to this camera module right here. I mean, you kind of got this, this RoboCop thing going on right there, but it's different when people see the back of this phone right here. They're gonna know like, hey, that's a Google Pixel device. This is something that's going to catch the eye and let people know it is a Pixel phone. And what I really like about this camera module right here, because it is a pretty thick module, it kind of pops out quite a bit, but what I like about it is that it goes from edge to edge. So you're not gonna get that wobble effect if you do happen to, lay it down on a flat surface. So really like what they did there. We're still getting the two-tone color. This is the sort of sunny color right here. And they also came out with other great colors this year as well. Now it's actually got a nice premium feel to it in my opinion, and it's not too heavy. It's actually pretty light. But one thing that I did notice is that when kind of tapping the display, it sounds kind of hollow inside. It doesn't have that solid feel to it. So not really sure what's going on there, but I think that's probably why it is so light, because it's not completely solid on the inside, at least when it comes to the middle of the device right here. But going around to the display, I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful display. We're pretty much getting an all screen experience right here. I mean, yeah, we got a little bit of bezel on the bottom and the top and kind of around the edges, but overall, I mean, we're still getting an all screen experience. Yeah, we got that punch hole cutout up top as well, which, I mean, I've said this about other devices that have this punch hole cutout. I don't mind it at all. I will take this punch hole cutout over any notch any day. So overall, beautiful display. We do got those curved edges, but I really think they did a great job when it comes to the curved edges here. I mean, it gives it a nice premium look, but when you're using the phone, you don't have any accidental touches with the palm of your hand or anything like that. So it does a good job at sensing that hey, this is the palm, it's not the finger. So, we're not gonna open that app. They did a really good job with this. And aside from the overall design of the actual display, I mean, the colors look beautiful on this display as well. The colors are nice and vibrant, and it does get fairly bright. It's not, the brightest display that I've ever seen in a smartphone, but it is bright enough. I take this phone to work with me every day. I do work outside. It's nice and bright and sunny outside, and I'm still able to comfortably use this under the sun. Unless I'm shining it, facing it directly at the sun, then yeah, I'll get that sun glare as you do in any smartphone anyways. But for the most part, it is bright enough to where you can be able to use it comfortably outside, at least with my experience. Now, I am using that in-display fingerprint sensor, which for me really hasn't improved since the last time I talked about it when, I first got this device. It's still a little bit slow. I do keep my finger on it. It doesn't open instantly like what I've experienced with other in-display fingerprint sensors on other devices, but it is accurate for the most part. There are times where it does kind of miss and I'll have to do it again, or, I'll have to hold my finger there for longer than I'm supposed to. Now, I did notice that, other people did get an update to this device right here that was supposed to improve that fingerprint sensor. It was supposed to improve apps that crash on your device. I never got that update, so not really sure what's going on there. I know there's a lot of people that did get it. For some reason, I didn't get it. I'm still waiting for that update. I still haven't got December's update, which I was told that it's supposed to come a little later in December. I'm still running that November 5th update. Now, I know I could have probably waited to get that update to make this video, but I really don't even know exactly when that's gonna be. And besides, this is based off of my own experience up to now. So I just wanna be completely honest with you guys. Now, when it comes to using the device itself, when it comes to overall performance, I mean, it performs well when I'm, scrolling through the home screen, going from app to app, browsing the web, checking my social media, using the camera, things like that. It does perform well, except there are certain moments where I do run into some small issues or sometimes major issues. So the first thing is when scrolling through Twitter, we still have that kind of effect where it seems like it's losing frames. It doesn't have that look, I don't know if it just caught that on camera right now, but it doesn't have a perfectly smooth scroll, if that makes sense. But when I'm scrolling through the rest of the device, I mean, it is super smooth. You know, we're getting that 120 hertz of smoothness on this display, and it feels super good, you know, when you're using the device. Super smooth experience, but it's only when using Twitter. I notice it kind of has these hiccups, or not really hiccups, but kind of like it's skipping frames. So I heard a lot of it has to do with Android 12. Honestly, me personally, I don't know. I don't know if it's Android 12 or if it's the new Tensor chip that Google has put into their device right here, because yeah, it is their first generation chip on their own device right here. So honestly, for me going into this, I wasn't expecting this phone to be, you know, completely perfect, because, you know, for something that's brand new like that, you know, you can expect to have a couple of problems. You know, they are going to have to send updates to improve it more and more each month. And so, like I said, I wasn't really expecting this phone to be, you know, perfectly perfect right off the bat. But I also wasn't expecting to have to wait this long to get some of these issues fixed. Another issue is apps that crash. And I have mentioned this in a previous video when it comes to using the YouTube Studio app on this device right here, which is a very important app to me, because that's pretty much what I use to run this channel, to be able to comment back to all of you to see how well my videos are performing or how well they're not performing. But it's definitely an important app for me to have because of my YouTube channel. And there still are times where the app crashes. But that is not the only app that has been crashing on me. And this is kind of the reason why I waited so long to make this video, because, you know, in my personal opinion, 2 weeks is just not enough to make a full review, or sometimes even a month. Usually I wait a month, but I decided to wait a little bit longer because I did notice some of these issues popping up, you know, here and there as time went on. So the longer I waited, you know, more issues started popping up. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't something that I experience every single day. These issues are not every single day, except for that Twitter one that I showed you guys earlier. But a lot of these issues that I'm mentioning, they're just kind of here and there. And, you know, I don't always have a camera on me. I did catch 2 of them on camera, which I will show you here in a bit, but I don't always have a camera on me. So, you know, I'm not always able to record what's happening at that moment. These are just things that happen, you know, whenever they want to happen. But like I said, I was able to get 2 of them on camera, which I'll show you in a bit. But yes, app crashes. The Messenger app has crashed on me as well when texting, trying to send a text message. It kicked me out of the Messenger app, had to go back in there. And Gmail. Now, the app doesn't crash when it comes to Gmail, but sometimes, just sometimes, there's been a few times where I'm typing out an email, but the text is delayed. So as I'm typing, I don't see anything popping up for about a second or 2 seconds later. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I'll wait for it, let it catch up, try to type again, and it's still lagging behind for some reason. So I gotta totally close out the Gmail app and then go back in, go into that message and try to finish that message again. Now, this is something that has happened to me quite a few times. Like I said, it's not every day, but it has happened a few times. So, you know, I gotta mention it. This is my experience. Another issue that has been happening is sometimes the phone won't let me go back. So for instance, there's been a couple times where, you know, I'll have the camera open to take a picture. I'll take my photo, I'll go into the gallery to check it out, see what's going on. And then, you know, I wanna swipe back so I can go back into the camera and take more pictures. But for some reason, it doesn't let me swipe back. It'll just, you know, go to the next photo, and I'm they're trying to swipe right or swipe left, you know, use those gestures to be able to go back, and it won't let me. So I got to swipe up to go home and then reopen the camera app. It's only the camera app that it does that. So I'm really hoping that can be fixed with an update. That's all I'm waiting for, is an update to be able to fix these issues that I'm experiencing, because overall, I have been enjoying this device. I will tell you guys that right now. I do like this phone. I really do like it, honestly, but these issues are kind of making it frustrating to use sometimes, to where I'm not sure if I can continue using this as my daily main device, which kind of makes me sad because I really like it. I like using it as my daily device, but some of these issues can just be a little bit frustrating sometimes. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I did catch 2 of these issues on camera. The first one happened at work, where my phone just kind of started bugging out, doing its own thing out of nowhere. My coworker was next to me. I said, hey, pull out your phone, record this right now. He recorded it on Snapchat so you can be able to send it to me. I screen recorded it, and here it is. Look at this, my screen is tripping out. All I did was unlock my phone. Look at that.
Why is it flickering?
I don't know why it's doing that. I can't even. Look at it. Look. What the heck is... Dude. What the... Okay, now stop. So as you can see, that was something kind of weird that went on and happened, but since then it has never happened again. It was just that one time. So we're not really sure what happened there. And here is another one. All right, here is another in the moment, real life situation here. I can't click on the cat. Look at, what is it doing here? Hold on, let me, look, okay, so, okay, I don't know what's going on. Christmas lights, okay, I can go there, and it's still, look, I don't know what the, why is it still showing it's showing the calculator twice, and I can't click on the actual calculator. If I go over here, okay, I can use it, whatever. Okay, what if I get out of that? Okay, are we good now? Let me try to go back into my calculator app. Okay, what I was doing is I was actually going to my bank app. I was just trying to calculate some stuff, you know, and then I would go back to the calculator and look at it. It's not letting me, it keeps tripping out. I don't know what the heck's going on. But yeah, look at this. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. So that right there, that is something that has happened more than once for some reason. With the recent app drawer, it won't let me click. I gotta swipe right to click on the other one, and yeah, it's just a little bit frustrating. But when it comes to the overall issues of this device, that's pretty much everything that I've been experiencing. Like I said, it's not every single day. It's just, you know, here and there where I will happen to experience these issues, you know, every now and then. So Google, please bring an update really soon, because I would love to use this device without experiencing any of that. I want to use it the way it was meant to be used. Now, when it comes to overall battery life on this phone right here, I did do an all-day battery drain test, you know, after the first few days of having this phone right here. And honestly, since then, I mean, the battery has gone a little bit better, but I'm pretty much averaging anywhere from around 5.5 hours of screen on time to around 6.5 hours of screen on time. I would say I'm more in the 5.5 hour range when it comes to overall screen on time. It really just depends how I'm using the phone that day. And that's for anybody that has this. I mean, I've heard people that have gotten some crazy amounts of screen on time with this phone right here. I really don't know how they're doing it, but hey, that is great for them. I'm glad, you know, they're having such an awesome experience when it comes to battery life on their phone. And, you know, for me, I wish it would last just a little bit longer. So this is kind of how my day goes. I'll wake up at around, you know, 5 in the morning. That's when I'll take the phone off the charger, you know, getting ready for work, go to work. By the end of my workday, which is at 3:30 p.m., that's when I get off of work, my phone is at around, I would say, 16% battery life left. So it's definitely not gonna make it to the end of the day. By the time I hit around 4:30 is when I'll have to throw this phone on the charger so I can be able to make it throughout the rest of my day and into the night. So when it comes to battery life, you know, it's good enough to get me through my workday, at least the most important, you know, part of my day. I just wish it would last me a little bit longer, so, you know, I wouldn't have to throw it on the charger, you know, wait for it to charge, because, you know, it does have that quick charging, but it's not, you know, super fast. So I can't throw it on the charger for 5 minutes and have it charge, you know, a crazy amount. So it would be nice if it did last, you know, a little bit longer. And again, this is going to be different for everybody. Everybody's usage is different, because there has been times where, you know, I've lightly used a phone throughout my day and it gets me from early in the morning to, you know, the next morning. But that's, you know, when I'm using the phone super light. But by the next morning, by the time the phone's ready to die, my screen on time is still the same, around 5.5 hours to, you know, 6 or 6.5 hours of screen on time. So my usage is still the same. It's just more spread out throughout the day, if that makes sense. So when it comes to overall battery life, I would say it's all right. It's pretty good, but not good enough, you know, to get you through, especially if you're a power user. It's not going to get you through the entire day from early in the morning to late at night, at least with my experience. Like I said, I've heard other people having great experience when it comes to battery life. Some even saying that this is the best battery life that they've ever had in an Android device. So at least when it comes to, you know, my experience, that's pretty much what it's been like. Now, the main reason that I have been keeping this phone in my pocket every single day, and the main reason that I want to continue keeping this phone in my pocket every day, are these right here. that RoboCop look back there, the cameras, that is right. When it comes to the cameras on a Pixel device, I mean, you're gonna get some amazing quality, whether you're taking pictures in the daytime or the nighttime using the main lens, the telephoto lens, or the wide angle lens. You can get some amazing shots on this device. Now, I will say that the processing does take quite a bit of time. You know, sometimes I snap a photo, I wanna go look at it. You know, it's processing for a little bit, so I kind of gotta wait. I'll double tap to zoom in and then double tap to zoom back out, and then it'll be good to look at. So that's probably the only thing that I wish would be a little bit faster when it came to the cameras on this phone. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think it's pretty much worth it, because I mean, you are getting some great photos coming out of the cameras on this phone right here. As you can see by the samples that I am showing right now, I've been able to capture some great photos. And one of the main things that I do like about these cameras, aside from the quality, is how fast they are, how fast that shutter speed is. For me, having 3 kids, you know, they're always doing whether they're jumping around, or especially a little boy. I have a little 6-month-old, you know, he likes to move around a lot and he doesn't just stay still for pictures. So if something's going on, we're having a special moment, I want to be able to pull out my phone, take a quick photo, and, you know, be able to capture a great shot without worrying about it. And these cameras, I mean, they get the job done when it comes to that. So the shutter speed is crazy fast on the cameras on this device. Now, one thing that Google did so much better this year compared to past devices is video. I was really impressed when it came to the video quality on this device at both 4K 30 frames per second and 4K 60 frames per second. At night, it's okay, you know, it's not the best that I've seen, but it's still pretty decent for me. I can get by with recording at night with the cameras on this phone right here, but recording during the daytime, I mean, it looks amazing. The colors are nice and punchy. I mean, that's how I personally like. I know some people like, you know, more of a natural look, but you know, you can tell they kind of boosted up the colors when it comes to video. But I mean, it looks so much better than before. So I really got to give it to Google on this one. And stability, I mean, stabilization is crazy good when it comes to recording video with the cameras right here. So overall, I have been enjoying the cameras on this device. If you're not following me on Twitter, go follow me, because I am always posting pictures, you know, taken from the cameras on this phone right here. I am very impressed. And even the selfie camera, I mean, you couldn't pick a better selfie camera. I think it's great. It is amazing. Other things I've been enjoying on this phone right here are some of the features that it comes with. One of them being the text to speech, or the speech to text. I mean, it is pretty much perfectly accurate. Yeah, there are some times where it'll miss here and there, but if you're asking a question, it'll know you're asking a question. You don't have to say question mark or period at the end of the sentence. It'll pretty much read your voice. So if I say, oh, how are you today? It'll know to put a question mark right there. Or if I'm just reading a sentence, you know, the cat jumped over the moon, it'll put a period for you at the end of that sentence. It is that accurate. Like I said, there are some times where it does miss here and there. It'll put a period where, you know, the sentence should be continuing on without that period. But for the most part, it is super accurate compared to all of the other devices that I have used up to now. This has to be the most accurate speech to text that I have ever used. And then we have the live translation, which is crazy good as well. And they even showcased it, you know, at their event when they showcased this phone right here. And it works really, really good. Another feature I like is the Magic Eraser. And this comes in handy a lot. For me, it comes in handy a lot. You know, you're taking a photo, there's something in the way or something you don't want in the photo. All you got to do is pull out that Magic Eraser, just circle around it or outline it. It'll magically remove that object from your photo, so you don't have anything getting in the way. You don't have anything in your photo that you don't want. So Magic Eraser is definitely legit when it comes to, you know, editing photos on your device. And even the photo editor on here is great, because usually I'll, you know, transfer a photo into Lightroom so I can edit it that way. But the photo editor on here is so good that most of the time I don't even need to do that if I do plan on editing a photo. I just use the photo editor straight from the device itself. Another cool feature is this right here. You can't see it, but what I did right here is I double tap the back of the phone and it opens up an app. So you can pretty much set it up to whatever app you want. I have it set up to Snapchat because, I use Snapchat a lot, to send snap to friends and stuff like that. So if there's something going on, I want to show them something, all I got to do is double tap real quick. It'll open it up. I can start recording the video. And another thing when it comes to Snapchat is quality is actually really good coming from this phone right here. And it actually allows you to use all three lenses. You can use the ultra wide angle lens, the main lens, or the telephoto lens, and it actually looks pretty good. So whatever Google did there with Snapchat, keep it going, because it's looking so much better than other devices that I have used Snapchat on. And I believe with other social medias as well, video can actually look really good as well. So definitely some really cool features going on here, aside from, some of the issues that I did mention that I have been experiencing with this phone. Aside from that, I have actually really been enjoying this device, and I believe it's going for around $900 right now. So hopefully Google will send out that update to address some of these issues right here, and I think it's worth it to get. You definitely won't be disappointed with this phone right here. Like I said, once those issues are resolved, and who knows, you might not even experience any of the issues that I've been experiencing, because like I said, I've seen other people that have been having nothing but a good time with this phone right here, haven't been experiencing any issues at all. So I'm really happy for them. I'm really hoping that I get the update really soon to be able to fix my device right here. But like I said, aside from that, I've been enjoying it. Definitely a head turner. People are gonna be like, what phone is that? Yo, this is a Google Pixel device. RoboCop action right there. Beautiful display here. It looks great when watching content. And the speakers on this phone right here sound good as well. What I really like about the speakers on here, they're not the loudest I've ever heard on a phone, but they do get loud enough. But what I actually like about them, they got that stereo speaker, setup, but they have a nice full sound. You can definitely hear the bass going on here. So not really sure how they set that up, but it actually sounds really good and they sound really clean as well. So when it comes to using the speakers on here, you're gonna like it as well, at least in my opinion. But definitely a very cool device right here. I think Google did a great job. They just gotta fix a couple of things. It'll be an even greater device than it is right now. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. Do you have one of these devices for yourself? If you do, how's it been treating you? How's it been holding up? Have you been experiencing anything that I've been experiencing, or have you been having nothing but a good time with this device? Hopefully you have. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment sections below. If by any chance you do find yourself interested in this device right here, I'll have a link down in the description below so you can check one out for yourself. If you've been interested in checking it out, hey, check it out. If you happen not to like it, you can always return it. But I definitely think it is something worth trying out. I do gotta mention that Google did send this out as a gift to me, but all thoughts and opinions were still my own, as you saw from the video here. But again, huge thanks to Google Team Pixel for sending this out. Like I said, aside from the issues, I've been enjoying this device right here. But I'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you all so very much for watching. If for whatever reason I did forget to mention something in this video, most likely it's because I don't use that feature on this device, or I probably just forgot. But I'll answer all your questions down in the comment sections below. Thank you all so very much for watching. Leave a huge thumbs up on this video if you did like it and find it helpful. Sorry it was a little long. Like I said, I had a lot to talk about with this device right here, but I will see you all on the next one. Peace out.